Because right now, I'm in nursing care for uh, some wound treatment every day. Also, some pain management with heavy medications. Soon to be, I think, morphine to keep up with the pain. I got level 10 pain on my skin throughout my whole body. So it's pretty intense. And I wouldn't wish this on only humans that I can infect with disease. And if they, and sometimes the wrong things, it's just the wrong environment to be in. You develop stage three of it, and stage three is the unprettier part of most inflictions, most diseases, most cancers and stuff like that. So I got stage three, and it's really ravaging my body. My armpits were the first to actually take a lot of damage. At first, when they were stage one, I didn't realize what it was. I thought they were just, pimple or something like that, or a little rash from having the wrong deodorant types, like cheap deodorant or whatever. I was like, okay, but I can't use the cheap stuff, so I move on to the premium stuff and stay on the premium stuff, which seemed to help. But it wasn't that was helping. It was my lifestyle. I wasn't smoking cigarettes. I wasn't drinking alcohol. Um, I was eating pretty much and drinking water a lot. So eating pretty good at that point in my life. I wasn't touching like ramen noodles and a whole bunch of just inflammatory, you know, meals and stuff and ingredients. So I mean, I was pretty much living pretty good, nice dietary life where I had a variety of this and that, and I was happy for it. And I didn't suffer so much back then, but I was young enough to have a better immunity. You can have immunity, sometimes it could be pretty much going down. So my immunity went down over my lifetime. Just kept taking hits from me doing like the most silliest stuff, like smoking here and there and drinking and standing into the sun all day and never getting no sleep. Not getting sleep, it's a very big part of your immune system. You need to rest your body at least. I mean, regardless if you fall asleep totally, you need to sit there and just meditate and stay still for some good amount of time of your day every day. That help with everything you're going through. Uh, that's a good advice is to at least get some sleep throughout your day. It's better to get a solid chunk of sleep during the after 10 o'clock hour and between 10 and 6 a.m. Good to get a good chunk of sleep during that time because naturally your body be prepared for sleeping at that point. Regardless if you're a night owl or not, the body is always prepared to go to sleep after the sun has been up in that 24-hour day. So once the sun go down, your body should be preparing to get rest. So maybe you not realize it or not. You might get that sleepy spell for a moment and kind of ignore it, like I did for most of my life. Ever since I was like a baby, I kind of ignored that sleepy spell, which is that's the spell that lets you know it's time to go to sleep. Like right now, it's time for me to go to sleep. It's like 11 o'clock. I'm in the West Coast, and the West Coast is pretty much the last time zone other than Hawaii and Alaska for America. And it's pretty late here now, so the rest of America is like an hour or two ahead at this point of year around the 4th of July. So they are already in sleep mode. And usually I got to get up anyway to take my pills at this nursing facility or either get other treatment done for me. So my best thing is to get rest in between as much as I can, or at least lay down considerably enough in the daytime. Get up and take a walk here and there. when I'm laying here, move my arms around a lot. Uh, keep somewhat physically active if you will lay down. So and turn your body. If you lay on this side for an hour or two, lay on the other side for an hour or two. Keep it consistent that you turn your body and you keep moving your body. Don't stay in one place for the whole time you lay down because it's just simply ain't gonna be productive for your rest cycle. You need to move. I know it wakes you up a little bit, disturbs your peace, your dream or whatever. But the dreams, to me, I'm gonna just be honest. The dreams for my behalf or how I believe in dreams are not something that you can just disregard that it happened or not. You know what I'm saying? The dream to me feels kind of like too too real, like I'm in another universe, living another life. And I got all the history of that life up until that point in my head, plus the history of being here in the background and subconsciously in there. So sometimes when I go through things in that version of dream in my mind, it feels like it's totally real. It feels like everything is possible, which it is, like everything in there is possible. And it feels like I shouldn't say that this reality is no lesser than the reality I actually live in, fully conscious. So I kind of embrace both realities as a reality that I got started in some other part of time or some other part of dimensionized life. All your possibilities at once in one time. All your possibilities at once in one time frame. Now I know a lot of y'all don't think that time frame. Now I know a lot of y'all don't think that expansive wise, but I think that's the reason why you can't think that expansive wise. Because part of the intelligence is another part of you, which have to use here. Have to use here. How you doing? On this man and other things. I mean, generally speaking, I don't have no particular subject on it. This is my pretty much open subject right now. So anything is popping up in my mind, I'm just elaborating on it through voice. I mean, y'all can chat in the chat to each other. Y'all can chat to me. I'll read chat as it goes. Right now, to each other, y'all can chat to me. I'll read chat as it goes. Right now, there's nobody in live chat right now. So if you want to, say hi or kind of lead to a whole conversation with chat, I will. I mean, I'm years old. I ran a block a few times. I kicked the tires on this car of life, and I'm thinking that maybe somebody out there maybe need somebody to conversate with at this point of that, and for free, getting this this somebody I don't know, in my physical world. So I'm talking to somebody who's online. No, I'm not in the basement. I'm in the room, nursing room. So they come in and they just gave me I got the lights off so it don't hurt my eyes. They gave some pain medicine for my skin disease. I got a terrible skin disease. It's genetic. It's not contagious, but it's really painful. So they brought me some pain meds. And how you doing, K Frog? Nice to meet you. So I'm just outlet to talk before I actually go to sleep for the night. My insurance finally ran out. I'm in the dark because I have these pills in my body, my system, kind of hurt my eyes. So it was not too heavy, but heavy enough to have my eyes hurt when the eyes are just blatantly, straighten my eyes or whatever. The light straighten my eyes. But yeah, I just been here. I could turn off the video so it make it easier for everybody. I'm just been hanging out. Some conversation to somebody I don't know in real life. Anything, whatever open up subject, anything I want to talk about. If I have some insight, if it's not demeaning or something like that, yeah, I just don't be blasting with craziness. Make it sensible talk, sensible chat. That way I can be sensible back and we can make a report of a situation that you may have a inkling on, or maybe I have a better insight on. We'll figure it out as we go. Yesterday I had did one of these. It lasted for about an hour-ish. So today is 13 minutes into it, and I had a few visitors come to the live, and I'm pretty sure y'all probably scrolling like death scrolling at this time of the day. Just scrolling through short videos. Well, yeah, I'm just sitting here just conversating with whoever conversate with me, or just generally talking about any subject. There's no particular thing that I'm talking about at this moment, other than enjoying that I'm alive. I got a deadly skin. Well, not deadly. I say painfully, aggravatingly, painfully immobilizing. Uh, yeah, I do too. I just sit there and I say, wait a minute. Instead of me scrolling every night and just watching other people or listen to other people chats and stuff, maybe I do something myself to see how it goes. Thank you for the like. And how you doing, Patty? I understand that life throws a lot of different things at you. Like they say, impossible is possible. The possible will always remain possible. So I believe in things could change on a dime. You could be feeling refined at this one moment, and then the next time you feel like crap, in the same minute. But you mean no harm to nobody, and people don't understand that physically, some people go through a lot, and they just I guess, self conscious. They don't want to speak about it. Like me, I've been like this all my life. I don't like to talk about my pains and my woes to everybody. So I just sit there and take it on the nose, or either like they used to tell us, take it like a man. Don't sit there and complain about it, because if you complain about it, you're a little punk or whatever. But you know what? Sometimes you need to get it off your chest. So that's not necessarily complaining about it. It's more like you've been sitting on this egg, and the damn thing has rotted. So it's like, open this egg up and get rid of it. Or either throw this egg away. But yeah, I do appreciate the like, and I appreciate that people are stopping by. Uh, I want to call myself. I stay somewhat in some type of shape. I do a lot of moving around. I do a lot of exercising. My main exercise is walking. I think. Yeah. We have to have an open dialogue, so you can get stuff off your chest that would never get off your chest if you just don't speak. And if you don't speak, it could eat you alive, literally. It could, mentally and socially and physically and financially eat you alive, that you're sitting on this dead egg, or this crumb of information that may not be uh, important to no one, but it still is bothering you. So you want to get that off your chest. And the only way you can get that off your chest nowadays is pretty much, if you want to harm your loved ones and they already heard it too many times, how you feel, and they consider that as complaining that you talk about it, then you go to the next best thing, social media. Find a little place in social media. Like, I like YouTube. I've been on YouTube since the beginning. So this is a very old account. This is my main account, and this is the account that, instead of making content on all over the years, I pretty much focused on watching YouTube and learning from YouTube, getting entertainment from YouTube, and wasting a lot of time on YouTube. Yeah, I will admit that. I'm not afraid to admit that I did some dumb time wasting, like scrolling through, this stuff just to see something different than what was on TV. TV is so scheduled and so tampered with. Like the sports, all the sports to me is tampered with by DraftKings. Like every sport, even if somebody playing ping pong on the other side of the world in some tournament, DraftKings got something to do with it. I feel that they got their hands in every sport moment from here on until the time they either shut down the company or be years ago. So it's possible that they can still survive for another 20 plus years. Yes, you're right, Patty. Right. Sometimes you got self completely dark hair. And I'm sitting here, but it's not physical meaning, but it still means something to both of us, even in the slightest of ways, to the, a major way that we have a chance to have that conversation with each other. So I do agree with what you're saying, because I think you live in the same version of living. Like, you may have people physically around you that you know for a long time, you can't speak to about certain things, but you can get online and say in a sense. Now you don't have to totally be anonymous. But some people get on here fully and show their body and show their face and show their lifestyle and everything. I'm on. I'd rather be in the dark their communications, and it kind of make it, but which they don't have me have a code. Yeah, I got mine plugged up because mine was like 18%. I'm sorry about that, Patty. That sometimes we kind of skip the little things that makes a difference in the long run, and that's supposed to happen though, because to try to your mind every little aspect of the day too early in life. That's when you develop the crow's feet, the laugh lines, and all that stuff. Because you want to make a positive experience. Everything should be somewhat have a positive line into it. So a silver lining in every dark cloud. You got to have that part, because if you don't live that way, then you truly miss the meaning of why something was so negative or something was so. If it's one sided, then nobody gets reward. Even though you might get everything you want out of it. You in there, and your spouse did everything they want to do for you. Sometimes you feel that you're still lonely because you got too much. You didn't see them. You didn't see enough for them to get, and they ain't seem to enjoy themselves in a way you can feel they enjoy themselves. Yeah, I mean, it's part of life. I look at life, everything got a negative and positive, a yin and a yang, a up and a down, left and the right, and it depends on how much of each side is happening. You know what I'm saying, or not happening. So you don't have to really be mad about something completely, but you got to show that you're mad to the world, so that you felt it, that you have feelings. You know what I'm saying? If you don't show you have feelings, then people think you don't care. And if you show that you care too much, people think that you're out of touch, that you're overthinking it. That you value that too much when there's so much more you can be valuing with that extra energy. But yeah, Patty, I'm pretty sure everybody knows that Saturday in America. Yeah, you're right. The finer things, the small things, we should appreciate that. There's a lot of small life happening right in front of your eyes. Even Stephen Hawking saw more than what he can actually touch. So if that guy can go out there and touch the stars with his mind and create his own theories about what he see mathematically in the stars, then I should be able to have a nice live in the middle of a Tuesday night. It's 22 minutes long at this point, but I had a couple connection issues, which is fine because everything ain't never going to be perfect. We would hate if everything was perfect. As bad as it sounds, we as humans we would hate if something was so perfect that you didn't get to. You can't know good without bad. You can't know bad without knowing good. If that makes any sense to anybody, you can't know left without knowing right, or up without knowing. And the best way for us to learn the word no is through pain, because that pain is universal. that creates physical boundary at least, and physical boundary can lead to yeah, get balanced. If there wasn't a fight for balance, we would be very bored. If that makes sense. If we couldn't fight for everything to be a little balanced in our life, we'd be very bored because we wouldn't know better. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't understand why. You only understand why if you know what knowing yes about the subject is. Then you understand why it's like that because you understand the knowing the yes about it, and to appreciate that makes us a little bit more human. If that makes sense, you can't be human without knowing the word no, because everybody know the word yes. Success is for everybody. You breathe every morning. You know, take that breath, and that breath lets you know you had success to survive the day before. But you got to remember the day before there was a lot of no's before you get to this day. Make sure you had that breath, you had first breath of the day, and you hopefully have breath for the next day. Really, so yes and no is physically learned first, in my opinion. When you're a baby and you come out and they used to give you a spanking on your butt, so you learn your first instant of no. That you got to breathe now. You can't just sit there and not breathe. Now you got to breathe constantly to your last breath. And the way they used to do is give you a little spank on your bottom, and that makes you cry. And then you and then now you start letting air. And you understand the air is pretty much your life source from the time you did this to the time you die. Now I remember there was one study they were doing where women would give birth to a kid underwater, and as long as the kid remained underwater alongside the mother with the umbilical cord, it didn't take a breath until it actually surfaced the water. So I don't know how long that practice went on, but it went on for quite a few years when I was younger. And I think it was in my single digits, so in the 1980s, the ends of the 1980s when they was doing this experiment. And now would be how can we create life and the first Martians or the first lunar people? You know what I'm saying? So humanity could embark on a very very good part of itself becoming a new type of Homo sapiens. That's who we are. We Homo sapiens. We used to be Neanderthals and all that good stuff, but somebody came in and mixed up the pot a little bit. So we kind of like mutts of what our previous form was. And they said it could be the God, and it could be aliens who came and mixed us up a little bit more. But yeah, it's primal. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Yeah. No. I believe no is the key. I believe no is the key to advancing successfully in life. Once you learn no, it creates boundaries outside of just physical boundaries. It lets you understand that everything is possible because of the word no. It shows you the boundaries of what not to expect. And once you learn what not to expect, you can go for impossibilities of what you can expect. Yeah. Divinity, yeah, to exist, yeah, that's true. And I don't take existence for granted as of now. Because at first, when I got really deep in, I made myself to have a job. I was not working out for me, so I felt it was my fault that I worked 80 plus hours in 2 weeks. I worked 70 hours in 1 week, and I still ain't able to keep out of this. Yeah, that's right. I was limited to myself thinking, what happened when the money is gone? Like, you spent you paid all your bills, you paid your your housing, debt, whatever you got to do at his work, rest, you did all that, and then you paid for food for the next umpteen days or whatever or whatnot, and then you pay for entertainment, you know what I'm saying, which is like having your cell phone and stuff, and then you left with this little chunk of money if you have anything left. Some people are still in debt after they then got paid because the money is overwhelmingly too much to handle, which is not nobody's fault. We want to blame the one person in office, but it's never going to be that one person if this has been happening over the decades. So that one person wasn't there the whole time. So we can't say it's one of the Bush's fault or one of the Clinton's fault. Yes, they did have some influence, but the influence was influenced by somebody telling them to do that. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad because somebody else is controlling the guy. And if you don't do this, then you can't be president. But if you do this, we'll allow you to be president. That's why he's there. Because somebody said, okay, he's going to do what we want him to do, so we'll put him there. So same for Biden. He was going to do what we want him to do. He's going to make it look good that he's helping some labeled type of or person of America, or some kind of faction of America, some kind of aspect of America. So we allow them to be in that office in that seat. Even if one of us, say for instance, yeah, it does go back a long time. It goes, it's part of the social aspect of being human. That you're gonna have to trade some of your energy with other humans that you're unaware of. So sincere. You know what I'm saying? You don't know this person from Adam or Eve, and literally this person has some kind of weight on your life to where they part of your thought process, even if you don't allow it to be. So it's kind of weird. It's a weird thing going on there. Yeah, the whole dimension is involved with this, because we don't give ourselves enough self-intellectual awareness that is bigger than just us being on planet Earth. Because how do we not know there's another planet Earth with us? Instead of we were blue today and we wearing red, you know what I'm saying? Instead of wearing red, we wearing white. So we don't know the actual scope of how many of us actually does, is designed to be in this universe alone, let alone other dimensions. Because I believe that everything has a flip side to it, and the flip side don't mean that it's negative. The flip side means that it just went a different path at some point. That we both shared a path, and then it branched off to another path. So it's endless amount of that in my perception. And if I think I can perceive it this way, and I'm not a professor or some grand monk or some priest somewhere reading behind some spiritual knowledge, I'm just a guy who lived 50 years of my life and happened to be able to pay attention to most of it in a way that most people didn't. They had to go to sleep. They had children, a lot of stuff. Yes. We don't know exactly what timeline we actually exist in. But the thing is, we want to say we in the timeline. Yeah, in all of them. Our conscious is surviving in all these timelines until that particular timeline don't exist because you died in it. Which is not really a death until you get to your ultimate rebirth. When they start you over in this matrix of living, that's when you actually, in a sense, die, but you just convert that memory of that energy memory into this energy of memory. And that's the residual buildup I'm thinking that most of us are getting with the deja vu, vivid and lucid dreams, getting lost in your thoughts during the middle of the day or the middle of the night. You hitting everything. You hitting all the aspects that I seen myself, Patty. That they trying to cloud us from thinking that broad. So yeah, they trying to make us feel that we're not able to think independently and free. That we got to adhere to this universe's political and lawful rules of the area of the planet we live in. Yes. Even when you turn off everything and you turn off all the noise around you, or you go into the middle of a place where there's no noise pollution, your ears do pick up the background of your residual, multiple dimensional, consciousness. Your consciousness is coming with. It sounds noisy, but yeah, I think if you can meditate the right way and figure out each frequency, you'll hear what they actually. That it's not a background noise. It's more of a filter. Your mind is filtering it out because there's too much talking from all the existences that you are existing in at one time. So I'm glad you understand what I'm coming from, and I appreciate that you did stick around to see that neither one of us is ignoring the bigger picture. Does that make sense to you, Patty? Neither one of us ignoring the bigger picture of just being in this body right now, and it's X amount of time in the middle of the night on Tuesday before a great holiday. I'm glad you think of that. This is not the only body you occupy. You occupy pretty much a lot more. Yeah, I have Discord, but I'm on my phone, and my phone I did never download it for this phone. This phone is pretty much new. I only had it for 3 months because every phone I get seems to always get destroyed within a small amount of time, and I got tired of just always trying to remember passwords, even though I can go to my email and grab it. You know how it's simple to get it, but sometimes you just don't feel like it. I haven't put it on this phone yet. But yeah, I detach myself from moderate entertainment, which is I call news entertainment these days, like CNN, MSNBC. You got Fox. You got all these news corporations trying to lead us down a rabbit hole, which is not ours. That's not our rabbit hole. That's a rabbit hole they created themselves. They go steer us down this rabbit hole and hope that we fall in and agree with them with everything or acknowledge everything that they're doing, which I had to tear that out of my life. So for the last years to 2 years, I haven't been into sports. Yeah. Yep. The only reason why we're doing that is because we're probably soulmates without the physically meeting each other. So what I say, you already understand because you already have that knowledge. You already have that awareness. And I was reaching out that way to people to see if they got that psychic ability too, to transverse the multiverse, to learn that they know other people outside of physically meeting this person. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's why you have racist people who actually like each other, because they're soulmates and they hate each other because they were created in this world of racism. Yep, I do too. I feel it too. It kind of gives you the silver lining in that cloud I was telling you about earlier. Yes, we are connected quantumly, and it's like Einstein said, it's spooky action at a distance. You know what I'm saying? How do we know this? You know each other, vibe. Like you could be a rich person, I could be a poor person, and that can separate us in reality, in face to face. It would separate us. That you're a rich person, you won't talk to me, and I won't talk to you. But we go online anonymously and end up being the same two people who wouldn't talk to each other physically in the world because you were rich and I was poor, and we could have the knockout conversation. Yep, ears ring. Yep, you're right. That, like, some people hate each other because they like each other so much. They love each other so much, so they hate each other. But it comes because they hate each other. It's the other side. Yes, you got it. It's the fluctuation of that vacuum is actually not empty. You know what I'm saying? That vacuum you have about that person, like I don't even like that person, I don't know that person, but secretly when you go home, like, oh, I wish I could be with them, and I could hang out with them, I could be mean to them, so I could have something to focus on and be mean to, and that's the love you got for them at that point, until you really realize this person got just as much feelings and acknowledgement of you as you have of them. And Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know if I got that email or not, because most of the time when I look at emails, I'm sad because I know it can lead to more mental work. You know what I'm saying? Like you get these emails that mean you got to do more mental work that can sometimes lead to physical work. In in the aspects of it's like digitally you can make work for yourself that you don't really benefit financially from, which is okay because it keeps you busy. You know what I'm saying? Yep, globally. Yep, yeah. Is it global for real? Do we want to say global or do we want to say universal or multiversal? You know what I'm saying? Because we all connecting. Like I don't think I think languages and races is separating everybody from being one. Not from the historical aspect of racism and language. I'm just saying if we all were speaking the same language and we all look the same, we would know more about each other. Would sound kind of crazy, and we'd still be able to distinguish each other from each other. It's like you take the words right out of my mouth. It's like you psychically meld it with my brain to where I can speak something that's totally understandable to you, but you never heard me say this to you because we don't, we haven't known each other. Yeah, it's like that lately. Yep, the reason why it's like that lately is because they individualize everybody on the planet to not like each other, like in a certain way. We used to be casually, we'll meet people and we'll decide in that first 5 minutes, hey, do I like this person or not? But now we gotta be like, bring somebody into our heart to let them vet themselves. Like I let you live vicariously through my words, I live vicariously through your words, your actions. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I'm sitting here with a I had took that morphine, uh, my nerve endings so they don't be so rough on me. And I'm finna eat some of this Snicker. But I'm sitting here having such a blast talking to you and whoever else is willing to listen to us, and whoever left the like. Somebody left the like, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that you are here and you taking time to explore uh, reality and unreality, consciousness and unconsciousness, or subconsciousness. Let me say subconsciousness, because the unconscious mind is just as smart as the conscious mind, maybe even smarter. Oh yeah, I got it right here. You might can hear it. I got it right here, and I'm playing around with it because to rush sometimes is the reason why we don't experience enough of our life, that the minutes are kind of running away from us. Yeah, and I hate that it takes for this method for us to understand that we can also hang out with people and not have to drink or smoke marijuana and all this stuff to be able to have a nice time. And then when it comes to everything, we don't have to have sex to have a nice time. We can just have a nice conversation about open conversation about anything that makes us pretty much understand that I don't have to have a thumbnail for you to understand that and this is a random event. You just randomly stop by and say, hey, let me check out what this guy's saying. Oh, he's saying some stuff that I can see and I can understand. And I'm glad that you was able to understand me, even though we come from totally two branches of the timeline. You on that timeline where you at, I'm on this time where I'm at, but we can align, we can adjust, we can focus. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you're here, Patty, and you see what you know what I'm saying? And I like that you found a moment within my channel that I didn't have to sit there and have ads running your face for you to understand this. Yep. If you can't resonate with somebody, it's hard to, be engaged with them, but at the same time, I like the challenge. Yeah, I like the challenge. I like your challenge, Patty. That we can have a verbal explorative moment. Like we could verbally explore each other's uh, consciousness through very little, just through me talking. You know what I'm saying? And then you could put in your comment, and I can see what you feel about what are we saying. So right now you can see a little bit of me. I'm a wave. I just wanted to let you know that I'm not AI. I'm a human because we got that now. We got AI, and AI is kind of like a strange entity. Some people don't believe it's an entity, and some people don't believe it's just a bunch of random numbers that's clicking on the right vibes for everybody because it's trained to talk to click on vibes with us. But yeah, I enjoy everything. I mean, I wanted to start a group of YouTubers who does this kind of impromptu speaking to the audience, and let the audience kind of dictate whether they understand what's going on here. I wish y'all could have y'all have voices to speak back with me instead of have to type, because typing it makes you specifically say something instead of you being overly the your thought at that moment, because it's hard to always write down something that you think. That's why you got people that write books and people who have talk shows. You know what I'm saying? Because writing books is a whole new beast rather than having a talk show where you can communicate directly to, like, Dr. Phil or Oprah. You know what I'm saying? Those people are very successful because they didn't have to write the book on this to talk to you. But they're also successful booksellers. So it kind of build each other on itself, But yeah, I appreciate everybody who come into the chat. My number says 3 people, but I believe there's 3 billion people. So, that's how my thinking. I see 1 like, but I believe 1 billion likes. You know what I'm saying? Because that 1 like is so impressive that I got 1 like without having to sell you something. Just plainly talking to you, motivating that wonder, that explorative vein in your head. Your brain got a lot of things it could work with, and one of them is imagination, and one of them is reality. And to mix both of them together is the perfect key of how to get a lot of things. I believe that. I believe AI is that. Yeah, AI is a fun factor of fiction to make something out of it with its coding. With the data the computer has, it can sit there and create its own sub personality, sub consciousness. And it's just a bunch of numbers running around inside of the computer. Just like in our heads, there's a bunch of realities running around. A bunch of impossibilities and a bunch of possibilities. Which all of them is true and not true at the same time. So yeah, you're right. It rounds up to 1. Because you gotta have zero to hero, right? You gotta have 0 to hero. So 1 would be being hero, and 0 would be on your way there. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have them both at the same time. So yeah, 0's a hero, and that's the funny part about it. The thing is really not breathing no oxygen nowhere, but maybe in another universe, it's a biological AI. It's a biological artificial intelligence. Like they actually have like a rat brain that's pretty much been resetted, and now it's doing numbers. It's making numbers. It's making imaginarity being real. It got a holodeck like in Star Trek. There's a holodeck for it. Yep. It's a multiversal node. It sure is. Just like we are. We are. They call them Bozeman brains. We are Bozeman brains that have physical flesh. We are the universe thinking for itself, and the multiverse thinking for the universe. So we are connected to everything. The consciousness is a channel. You're right. Uh, we don't need to question our sanity because everything is insane anyway. Our whole existence is insane. It's insane that we're even alive as a consciousness, on an individual scale of billions. There's billions of us. Yep, we are. Yep, we are the house. We house the intelligence that would be the universe at its transition to another universe. Pretty much, it's gonna eventually use all the data in this node, and it's gonna flip to the other side. You know what I'm saying? And then got to run the data back. So as great and vast as we are, and the vast as the other side of us, who we gonna say they are, we all got this communal reason to be conscious. Yeah, I don't know whether you got content on your channel. I'm gonna have to check your channel out too, see if you got any content going on there, what you've been up to, the time you've been online. I mean, I accept everybody's path. All of us don't have the same path, yet we do. We're gonna eventually have to fess up at one point and say we got to join the great collective of humanity again, because it's a pool of us waiting to be born. It's a pool of us that already experienced birth and death. So I'm pretty sure some of them people that's waiting to be born already experienced birth and death before. So it's like, we vibing, man. Yeah, we're vibing. Patty, you're a great study. You're a scholar. You're an honor. I love your honor. I love your class, that you're able to think outside the box, and you're not the cat in Schrodinger's box that you don't know what's going on at the same time you do. So you got a pretty good bead on the universal math of being alive and being conscious part of this universe and multiverse and dimensions, dimensional beings too, associated to where we live at. Yeah, yep, you're right. We need to also embrace the Earth itself and the solar system we live in. James Webb Telescope tells us that there's so many things we could be looking at. So we got to remember our own backyard too. That we exist in this solar system with our sun as the main character, and we are the main conscious characters that perceive the sun. The sun is a great entity of its own. It's able to do a lot of stuff in the billions of years it's been around. Even help in our creation. Because something had to make the elements that resides in our body. And it wasn't that sun. It was the universe itself. The universe brought us to, they call us supernova children, supernova babies. But I believe we're much more than that. I believe we're quasar babies. We're black hole babies. We're white hole babies. We're the universe is itself having a baby, and we're the babies of the universe. And we just was taking it slow and learning. It took us a long time to get the help from our cousins, the aliens, to unlock the downloads that we could unlock from the universe. Not just the Atlantic Ocean, space itself, time, space itself as the mycelium network. That's how the Discovery was able to travel, not just the universe, but dimensional travel. Like it could pop up anywhere at any moment. So they live inside and outside of time at the same time. inside and outside of the universe at the same time, inside and outside of the multiverse and the dimensional verse. You know, everything is possible. Yeah, I understand everything. Trust me, I did not drop the ball being the '70s baby because the '70s babies are the flower children. You know, we flower children. If you were born in the '70s, you're a flower kid. You know what I'm saying? And you love everybody. It wasn't about their sexuality. It wasn't about their racial background. It was about that they were human and we all loved each other. And that's what the '70s babies were. And I think we were special. See, I was born in '76. So I'm a very unique person. And I'm a Pisces. So being a Pisces born in '76, which is the year of the dragon, those three different things rarely come together. And it made me feel that my shoes were already marked as this is the size I gotta wear for the rest of my life. Now, Yep, I'm the year of the dragon. That's why I'm so different. You know what I'm saying? I might be the most different person you ever meet online, you know, because me sharing my space online is easy. A lot of people don't like their space to be manipulated online. Mine have been manipulated since I've been online. But you know what? That's because people like a good bargain. And I'm cheap. I don't charge you much for your time and your attention. But I want to say I give back more than what you spend. So I'm a great bargain. That's what I look at. Even though my page is kind of sporadic, you know, I don't really build nothing on my page. But I need to start, you know, getting it going so people can understand that you don't have to be stuck bored with all these monetized channels only focus on a certain aspect of gaining their money. Like a lot of these places, they monetize, you know, helping children have entertainment or helping a certain group have entertainment. Like the real big thing has been dating content creators. They go over people having dates and stuff, and they focus on what people are doing wrong with dating and stuff. Like it was just, you know, nobody's right or wrong. In a sense, other than you may be too old to be dating. I really believe there's an age cutoff when it comes to dating, that you should stop dating at a certain age because it becomes useless. It's not a tool no more in meeting a spouse. Yeah, I mean, it's a whole rabbit hole itself. Yeah, it's me eating my, if you can see the little green on my screen, I'm eating that candy bar I was telling you about, the Snickers. Yeah, I'm not here to ask for people time to for a certain type of entertainment. I like the interactive entertainment, like me and you have created organic entertainment between ourselves. Yeah. So it's been a great time, Patty. That we had a whole, good 30 minutes of talking about it. Yeah. One day I hope to scroll into one of your lives, and you reciprocate the same kind of energy we have here. To just have an open conversation about open everything. Yeah. Because I do scroll a lot, and I'm not afraid to sit there and watch somebody's channel for a minute, even if they just playing a video game. Because that's what I've been stuck on the last couple of weeks. Watching a lot of Dragon Ball shorts, a lot of Fortnite shorts. When I say Dragon Ball shorts, I'm actually mean the cartoon, because people take a clip in the cartoon and their favorite moments in the cartoon, and they sit there and elaborate on what they feel about that portion or that instance in that cartoon. But when it comes to gaming,
I've been watching a lot of Call of Duty people, and them people are very into Call of Duty. I used to play Call of Duty back in 2010, 2011, 2012, but it became a very simple game to me. All you do is run around and shoot people. There's not much to do in that game. It's just that's it. It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto. All you do is run around and do missions, and that's it. There's nothing else you can. There's nothing. There's no more you can really do. But I've seen people take it to another level. Yep, that's how you know that we got a certain vibrational explorative thought process. We like to see the impossible happen. Because for us to have a good conversation without you even saying one physical word to me, I could just read your text. And if you understand where I'm coming from just through texting and me voicing what I'm saying, is very awesome. So that's one thing technology did get right. Allowing us to connect even though we're not in the same room talking to each other. That's a good way to make value conversation at a very, very low cost. Yep. And so far, it's not about our age, not about our race, it's not about how much money we make. It's about the time experience that we have being in every consciousness we have enjoyed in our own body and sharing the information with each other. And I wish it was more people who understood the way you seem to understand. Yeah, this is the realest conversation that probably me and you both had in a long time, and it's fucking it's ridiculous that we had to go through this just to get there. I had to have my phone charged. I have no data right now because it's the end of the month. It's the very last day of the month. Data, which is the reason why I keep I have to reconnect every now and then. But it's a thing that it took for that to bring me to the edge of being ready to have this open conversation with anybody who can accept. Yes, we need this. This is food for our consciousness, for our happy consciousness, for our happy consciousness, and our fun factor consciousness. You know, everything got to be fun right now. It's making me smile on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you know why? Because they can't open themselves up. That's why they disconnect. When somebody is guarding themselves too much, you won't be able to open yourself to a conversation like this, where y'all can talk about just about any aspect of the conversation, and it's still it's just as relevant as everything else. Yeah, I don't got like no one either, other than my brother. He could understand to a point, but he got a lot of life that he got to live. He's like about 1 year younger than me, and my spouse, my mom in her 80s, and she had a car accident. It's hot. See, here in Central America, I mean West Coast America, it's always hot. Right, right, right. Sometimes not being funny is funny. It takes an open mind to understand it. You don't have that open mind. So while they think they get it, they just compensating for the fact they don't get it. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes you gotta stop and reflect that you understand what you talking about, and somebody else probably don't. It's not their fault. Yeah, I remember some people are NPCs for a lot of their life until they see you not. Sometimes you're not choosing to be the NPC. You kind of stuck without the knowledge of how not to be an NPC. Right, right. You gotta sit back, meditate a little bit, open yourself up, and let the shit hit the fan, and then smell it, inhale it, and enjoy it. That's the shit you're talking about. What some people can't allow themselves to do because they want to control every aspect of the shit. Sometimes you gotta let shit just be shit. Because that's the only way that you ever like it. But yeah, some people never get there because they don't let the impossible be possible. Does it make sense? Some people are not letting the impossible that they think be possible. That's why you got the people who have power and yet don't know how to wield it successfully. Because I wish I knew how to make sure I didn't unsuccessfully mess everything up. But yeah. Since I'm aware of there's a certain breaking point, expose itself so you can understand how to put it, put it in a better light, and a successful understanding of it. A lot of people ain't gonna get that. They don't understand accepting the possibility of impossible. But they doing it. They subconsciously do this all the time without realizing that they doing it. So it's like weird that they don't realize that they're doing it anyway. Like every time you yeah, I tried those before. Yeah, I tried those before. Yeah, I try all different types. When I'm meditating, have you ever tried meditating and letting all the noises and all the visual stimuli affect your meditation, but end up able to control your meditation anyways? Yeah, I can see that line real quick. Yeah, it should work because when you focus on letting go that these are your distractions and putting them in their place in your head, you can smell it, but then you get used to it real quick. Like, okay, I'm used to it now, so I'm already in here, and you kind of block it out. It's the same thing. It's the same thing you're doing when you do that. You get the breathing technique down, and then you find your resonance. You know what I'm saying? Then you block everything else out pretty easily. But it takes that one or two times to get it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't get it on the first time, the second time you kind of get into a rhythm that I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it. And when you stop trying to find it, I know exactly what you're saying. Because I had no choice. I think this year you had voted the right way or you got in the right party. It's to a point to where it doesn't matter what party you get in, they all gonna do the same thing. Shit is gonna get higher and more expensive. And that's the bottom line, because that's what society gonna understand eventually at one point, that everything just raises price. That's what the votes are for. How fast do you want me to raise these prices? How much you want me to raise these prices further? That's what all the voting is all about to me. is that you're giving us from even me. And I'm a rich politician. I won't get the benefits from it. But you know what? I don't really mind not benefits for it because I'm gonna find money through the system and bypass some of the structures that they ain't supposed to let me get money, bypass some structures anyway. Yep. Yeah, it's my I'm in a building with a satellite dish on top. I think it's messing with the cellular quality of my antenna on my phone. It's gonna pretty much kind of go dormant for a few seconds and cut back in when that signal of the satellite gets a little weaker and allow cellular signal to be stronger. So sometimes it fluctuates and it knocks me off for a second or two. I'm sorry about that. I'm on the last end of my data because it's the last day of the month, so it's gonna be better in the future. But I gotta be careful because the data go by really fast when you're dealing with YouTube streaming and stuff like that. When you're a streamer and you're downloading the mainframe, it's gonna take a lot of your bandwidth. And I'm trying to make sure I keep my eye on the screen so I know when it happens. That way I could stop talking or remember where I stopped my conversation at. But yeah, that's another aspect, dealing with technology and your financial tier you on. I'm on a financial tier of being disabled person. I'm a disabled person without the disability claim being finished. So I'm going through my disability, and it's going to take a while for it to happen. And when it does happen, I don't know how much and where I'm going to be able to implement funds to get a place to keep a place to stay. So right now I'm inside a nursing home. I gotta leave out of here by 11 tomorrow to go to the next nursing facility or the next healthcare facility. And I got a dermatologist. I gotta go to see for a follow-up check in my primary dermatologist. He gonna see if they are able to start my secondary surgery that I have. It's a 2-part surgery, maybe more than 2 parts, maybe it's 3 parts. We don't know yet. But he's trying to lay out groundwork for me to be able to heal and take care of myself. I started on my upper part of my body, which was my having my range of moving my arms and everything, and being able to feed myself, take care of myself physically, stuff like that. So I'm already mostly done with that. I got 3 more weeks left of healing, but he's gonna try to see if he can expedite the other procedure, and maybe I can heal a little bit on both. A little bit on my upper body and a lot on my lower body. My lower body is the main target for him now. He's gonna try to figure out how he gonna repair that skin down there and remove whatever skin is just too messed up that need to be come off my body. I mean, it's a lot of skin to be dealing with down there. Because I'm not fat. I weigh 159. I was 190 before I got in here, but being in the hospital and you lay in the bed, sometimes you lose a lot of your weight. But I don't know if you still there, Patty. If you are, you could tap in another comment. And so far, my live been going for 1 hour and 15 minutes. And that's what I non-pause. We didn't pause to take a break for real. I haven't had a break from this chat since it started. And right now it's reading 0 people and 1 like. And I think the person who liked me, I'm gonna count it as 1 billion likes, so nobody else don't really have to add another like. I'm counting it as 1 billion, man. And I'm counting the 0 people as the infinite amount of people. The possibility is that they could fill it with 2 people out of nowhere, then 0 people out of nowhere,
then 800 people at once, and then 1,000 people at once, who all have something to type in to say. So yeah, I don't know if you're still there, Patty, or if you still got connection with me. But yeah, I can always start a new one. And I don't know if you subscribed or liked at my page. You can if you want. I'm not saying it's necessary because I don't do daily content all the time, but I do post here and there. They don't really be significant posts about significant subjects. Just be posts. You know, I could post so much stuff, but I just post whatever I feel like posting something on here. Like, you know, my earlier posts were commercials when I first started posting on this channel. And I posted the commercials because, hey, they selling you something, listen to this and see if you'll buy it. And I think the ones I posted are semi effective back then, because most people were going there to eat anyway. They didn't care what was the special. They was going to try it anyway, whatever special they had, which is their right. But nowadays, some of them fast food places I got right there in my videos, most of those places, they don't even hold that item no more. Some of them items don't even exist no more. Wait a minute, somebody had this tied to me the whole time, huh? And I was thinking about a video game, Fortnite. I don't play it often, and I always play at somebody's house because I don't have Fortnite. I do have Fortnite myself on my PlayStation account, but I don't play it like that. I don't play it to where, you know, I leveled it up and all that stuff. It's probably been played a total of less than 30 to 40 times, and that's because I'm playing with my nephews and they want to have an extra player and they you know, they gameplay. So I play it, run around with them and shoot stuff. Did a couple of Call of Duty with them. I get it, you know, you get to run and shoot people with these customized, you know, equipment you put on. You know, some people have a tomahawk, some people have an axe, some people have a throwing knife. You know, it depends on who you are and what you bought and what you collected over the years. But yeah, I'm gonna assume that Patty got disconnected and went on to find different shorts to go to, unless they respond by the time I end this one, because it's coming up on 120 on this live. Yeah, I'm thinking about breaking it off around 120-ish. So yeah, Patty, I go check your page out. Probably as soon as I can. Probably can do it now. Well, you got more subscribers than I do. That's good. I'm trying to get to your channel, but I'm gonna have to, for me to get to your channel, I'm gonna have to actually 628. Okay. So I have to shut down just to get you stream. You don't have to sub. You don't have to like. You don't have to. You know, you can do whatever you like. You don't have to leave a comment. You can if you want. You. I have no queries, positive or negative about that. As long as you ain't being rude to everybody and, you know, yourself, we appreciate that you came by and stopped by and watched my live or listened to my live for however many minutes you are. If you like my live, whoever liked my live, it's all good.